Hello, Blake Bruning again from Trinity Whip Company. We're here to discuss your first basic crack you learn, usually called the circus crack. Now the circus crack is when you're going to just raise it straight up and bring it straight back down. Now once again, for your first time rookies, this is what this video is really designed for. We're going to grab the heel nut, not the handle, and we're going to have the natural curve of the whip go backwards. All right. Now, on the circus crack, I want to kind of discuss a clock right here. Imagine a clock face, and we'll say it's 12 o'clock. And for you, I guess it'd be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and that'd be, of course, 11, 10, 9. So 6 and 12, 3 and 9. Now, when I grab a whip and I swing it up, I want to see that this is not really at 12, but that works, maybe more at 1 or 2 on my first crack. So I want us to learn to swing it up and maybe hit about a 1 or 2. Do not get it to go to 3. All right, so 1 is about perfect, but the weight of the whip will pull back slightly, which we'll discuss in a minute. So when you raise it up, I want it to pull maybe a little bit back, but I don't want the whip to control you. All right. So come out here so you can see me a little bit better. When you first crack, before you just try to crack the whip, most people say, I can crack a whip, give it to me, and they do this. They go up and it just comes back down. Or they try to flick it out and it comes back. Either way, they're more likely to hit them in the face. Everything I crack should always be away from me, okay? Unless you guys got some serious skill development and you're learning to do more crazier cracks. Everything should be away from you, not coming back at you. Now with this circus crack, all right, before you crack, and it should look like this, I want you guys to imagine railroad tracks is the most common analogy between you and the whip, so your whip never comes inside of these railroad tracks. And when you do crack, you don't want to bring it across. You want to learn to bring it straight up and straight down. You can kind of think of it as bowling. All right, so I kind of want to bowl it forward and then hold it. Now, when you raise a whip before you crack it the first time, I want you to crack it 10 times like this. I just want you to swing it up and see that when you swing it up, it is not hitting me or crossing the railroad tracks 10 times. And when you swing it up, make sure you bend your elbow, all right? You can actually just bend your elbow to crack it regardless. But I feel it helps you first time to kind of bowl it and then bend your elbow. After 10 times of this whip going up full, what you're really trying to accomplish is that it doesn't get all wavy when you bring it up. They call it falling asleep. If the whip falls asleep and you crack the wrong time, it can come down and hit you. So I want to make sure you have some full arcs and the whip goes behind you in a nice full body pull. Now if it is the air on your first crack, you might want to go stronger here, but not as strong forward. Now, like I said, 10 times just raising the whip and watch it to see it doesn't fall asleep. All right? Then I want you to swing 10 more times and I want you to hold it and make sure it doesn't pull you back, but when you hold it, it may tug a little, but don't let it control you. And what I want you to do is feel that moment when the weight of the whip pulls you back. All right? Pull it up strong and feel where it pulls you. Now, it should not be pulling you like this, but I want you to hold up and feel the pull. Now, when you feel that pull about 10 times and you can feel when it's going to pull, that's your cue to bring it back forward. Now, you can watch the whip too and see the fall about hit the ground. So watch the fall of the whip, almost hit the ground, and then that's your cue to crack as well. All right? So we bring it up and bend it and down. The best analogy I have is when you were a child and you had those fishing poles with the click button. You'd raise it up, click it, and then you would snap it in such a way that it would go straight. You wouldn't crack it down in the water, you'd snap it forward, all right? And any other thing that you do with the whip, whether I get to the side or whatever, you want to kind of think about where at the end you would flick your wrist at that. So when I raise this and I come down, I bring it down, and then as my elbow comes down, my wrist turns in the heel and everything snaps it, and you want to point at what you crack. Just like firearms, you want to point at what you crack at. Now this is called the circus crack. This is your most basic crack. And once again, belly backwards. Think about the clock, let it go all the way to the 1 o'clock, maybe 2. And when you feel the pull, crack it forward. But make sure that it always stays out of your body. Now you can crack it straight down, but eventually you want to be able to crack and point, okay? So raise it up, bring it back down, but try to make sure it doesn't cross your body. And when you raise it up, you want to make sure it's not hitting your body. So once again, raise it up, wait and crack. Bring it up a nice full body. Do not let it fall asleep. I'd rather you be strong with your bowl and weak going forward, and then weak with a bowl and strong going forward. So raise it up, watch it almost hit the ground, and point. Once again, that is a basic tutorial for the Circus crack, and you can use this concept of pulling, feeling the pull, or seeing it where it needs to be to crack so that the whip doesn't bite you and stays away from your body. Thank you very much.